Okay, part 2 of my Japanese Lawsuit Era guitars. Now this one is an Ibanez. We've seen a Univox in the last video. This one says Ibanez on it. The tuners look the same other than there being chrome. The back of the guitar looks very similar. This is flat across the top here. So I'm going to say this was a Ibanez 1970s clone of a Les Paul Special. So you got the wraparound tailpiece, and then you got these mini humbuckers, and it's routed where you could put P90s in there though. But yeah, chrome looks better than the gold in my opinion. You got these little thumb bleeders that looks like they've been bent down, so they're nice and flat now, because those are supposed to point up on the side, and again, that's why you call them thumb bleeders, because you'd always catch your thumb on those things. But they are original to the guitar, so I want to leave those on there. Let's plug this thing in. Let's see if she makes noise. Okay. Here's the neck pickup. Volume, volume, tone, tone. I think the worst part of it is right here. Yeah, so here's our main issue right there. So let's see what we can do about this output jack. Looking right here, I can see that it's 2 pieces of wood, just like what they did in the 1970s. You put 2 pieces of wood together. It's got a nice little chip right there. Most likely mahogany. Oh yeah, she's rusty in here. I think what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to hit that with a little file or something to smooth that out. So maybe we can make better contact. Let's see what I got. Just do something. I don't know if this is going to work, but I'm just going to take this file and I'm just going to kind of hit that right there. Okay. Then I'm going to try to bend this up that way a little bit. There we go. Okay, let's change it. Turn on my soldering iron. And I'm going to heat this up, and I'm going to install a new one. Because that's the worst thing when your output jack is messing up. Okay, we're good. Okay, so looking inside the guitar, I can see it's got 4 of the 500K potentiometers, and it looks very Gibson-ish, where you've got the steel braided ground over all the pickup wires and everything. So yeah, it looks again, it looks kind of like a Gibson inside there. Let's pull these old strings off of it. Yeah, these strings look really old. These are basically, they've turned to black because they're so old. Let's go ahead and snip them off of here. Got the wraparound tailpiece, and there we go. Made in Japan. Alright, so let's go ahead and we're going to pull the truss rod cover off here, because I'm interested to see if there's a nut at the end of the truss rod, or if the truss rod is more like one of those imported ones where you just put the wrench in it. Okay, here we go. Oh yeah, there you go. It looks like an import. You put the wrench inside there. Let's see what I've got that's going to fit in there. Okay, that one's a little bit too small. Let's try this one. It's tight. There, I could loosen it a little tad. Seems like it's functioning. It was really tight though. Somebody had it snugged really good. Go ahead and shine this up a little bit while I have the strings off of it. It's got very inexpensive tuners, and the nut just came loose. So one nice upgrade would definitely be the tuners. I don't think it's going to hurt the value to change the tuners on this one. If you guys, you know, as far as those collectors that are looking for everything that's original. The nut, I can see where it had, it's been glued in. Maybe it had a couple little shims underneath there, or maybe that just took part of the wood with it. But here's what I'm going to do to this nut. Okay, a little piece of sandpaper on the bench, and I'm just going to rub it on here like this, just to clean that bottom up. And gee, just that right there did an awesome job. There we go. Just to clean it up a little bit. There we go. And then I have a little bit of tight bond, and I stick a toothpick down inside there, and put a little bit of that tight bond on here, and that's what I'm going to glue this nut back into position with. And of course, I used a little bit too much, but yeah, use tight bond if this ever needs to be replaced, or you know, if I accidentally just filed it down too far. then I can knock it back loose. Don't use super glue, because you'll end up, when you ever have to change it out, you'll take part of the rosewood with you, and it's just a bad idea to use super glue. You can see old videos that I have where super glue completely drove me crazy. So there we go. Use wood glue. Okay, I'm just gonna shine up the frets a little bit. I got my fretboard guard and a little 1200 grit sandpaper, just to shine them up a little bit and make them look nice and shiny. I'm not trying to take any of the actual fret down or anything like that. Just trying to get some dirt off of it. And this is a really efficient way and a very inexpensive way of doing just that. Don't spend a lot of money if you can avoid it. And then I can go down to get my smaller fret guard once you get down in this neighborhood. Okay. So a little bit of Dunlop 65. It says to spray it on a rag, don't spray it directly on the guitar. See if I can tighten up this toggle switch a little bit. There it goes. And it does have the poker chip underneath there. But the paint that was in the rhythm and treble area there, where it was painted in there, that looks like it's all faded away. Alright, so I'm tempted to bend these, you know, these little things that I call thumb bleeders. But they're the little pointers. And because I don't think they look right when they're just straight down like that. They're supposed to be bent up. Tempted to. Yeah, now there's a chance that they'll just break off. If I bend these things. But I think they're supposed to do this. Ouch. I think they're supposed to be like that. Okay, but you know the way to do it now, and I'm learning right along with you guys on this, is I think we should probably take it off of here. Okay. And then I will bend it and not break it. Like that. Okay. Yeah, little pointers, right? Or whatever you want to call these things. But they were part of Gibson in the 60s and the 70s. They used these, and I think they might still. Okay, now if this goes back on correctly and that doesn't get in its way. Yeah, I think that's how they're supposed to be, like that. So I'm going to go ahead and do that to the remaining 3. Okay, I'm going to shine up the back of this a little bit. There we go. That was probably way too much. I don't know if this will get rid of buckle rash or anything like that, but it will definitely put a nice little shine on it. Okay. Take another nice clean dry cloth. Then I'm going to take a little tiny splash of some 65. Okay. So the back shined up nice. The front's pretty, so let's plug it in. Let's wrap up this video. It's got little tiny frets. You know how they put frets in back in the 70s? Even though they don't look like they're wore out, they're just 1970s frets, real small. Now, if you're one of those guys that blast through the bar chords really quick, this is a perfect guitar for that because the frets aren't going to get in your way. I thought it was a great idea to bend the little pointers back over, or what I always call thumb bleeders. And you've got these little mini hums where you could put P90s in there. And so, fun guitar. Haven't really stretched out the strings yet. But this one is available, so guys, don't be afraid to give me a call and I'll ship this thing to you if any of you guys are interested. And look them up again in the comments. Help me do some of my work. I'm a one-man operation down here. Look them up on Reverb. See what these things go for. Call me up, shoot me an offer. Leave it in the comments. Do all that kinds of things. All those kind of things. Thank you guys for watching. And think about subscribing and all that kind of stuff for me. Thumbs up. I have a Patreon. You can join Patreon for as little as $3 a month. Hit the links. I got an Amazon link down in the description below. You can get ZIMM'S Guitars t-shirts on my Teespring link down in the description. Help me out, guys, okay? And again, thanks for watching. Go buy a guitar.